Hi, welcome to next episode of Lead Code for DevOps, and in this video we are going to solve Kubernetes. So this is our first Kubernetes problem, and the problem name is Bilbao Basic Kubernetes Problems. So the description of the problem is there is a Kubernetes deployment with an Nginx pod and load balancer declared in the manifest file. The pod is not coming up, common Kubernetes issue. Fix it so that you can access the Nginx container through the load balancer. So let us start with this problem. And before starting this problem, sorry, I am not on camera in this video because there is some issue with my camera setup, but I will try to fix it before I record my next video. So let us start and wait for the server to boot up. So we will follow the same structure that we are following for all our video. We are going to start this problem. We are going to solve this problem. Then after that, at the last, I will try to explain the commands that I have used in the videos. So let us wait for the server to boot up. Let me now switch my screen so that I can show you the console window. Okay, so we are on our server. Let me do a ls, and there is one readme file and there is one manifest file. So first of all, we will do this. We will see what pods are running. Kubernetes get pods, right? So there is only one pod and it is in pending state. So let's start with the logs. Kubernetes get logs. Then this. Okay. Kubernetes. No, there is no cat here. I'm not, using Kubernetes lately. So let us try to describe the pod because there is nothing in the logs, right? And let us try to describe the pod. kubectl describe pod name. This. kubectl describe pod describe. I thought I used wrong command again. Okay, so this is the name of the pod. This is the default namespace, and what we care here is this thing, right? So we have two warnings here. First warning is 0 nodes are available. So no nodes are available to schedule this pod because node affinity is not matching. Node has untolerated tint, right? And second warning is the same warning. So what we do, we have some kind of selector or something here. Selector. Okay, node selectors. So there is this thing, in the manifest file for this particular pod, that if the label on the node is this equal to SSD, then only schedule the pod, else don't schedule the pod. Now what we will do is we will see what nodes are there. kubectl get nodes, and there are two nodes, right? So one node is not in ready state, and we only have this particular node, right? So what we need to do is we need to somehow schedule this particular pod on this node. For now, it doesn't have any labels, anything. So what we can do is we can also describe this node. Describe node 1. Okay, so there is a lot of stuff here, right? So in these labels we cannot see, right, disk equal to SSD. So we are not able to schedule our pod here, right? So what we can do is we can label this pod with this particular label. What was the label? The node one disk equal to SSD, right? Before doing this, what else we can do is we can first of all describe the manifest file also. So we have this manifest file, not kubectl. We will do less manifest.xml. Right. So this is the manifest file that we have for this problem. This is the API version, and this is the pod. This is the deployment that will launch our pod, and this is service. So we don't care about service for this problem. We only care about this thing, right? So now you can see here there is this node selector disk equal to SSD that is giving us the problem. So what we can do is, okay, we have two solutions for this problem. So what we can do is either we can label that particular node using some command that I cannot remember right now. I am being straightforward here. I forgot how to label nodes. So what we can do is we can just remove this node selector, because I don't think there is some restriction or some constant in the problem statement that says, okay, you cannot change the manifest file, or you cannot remove or add stuff. So let us try to do this thing and see if we can make the pod run or not. So I will go here and I will remove this node selector thing. Node selector is gone. Cool. Now let us save this particular file and apply kubectl apply f manifest.yml. My god, kubectl is not happy with me today. Kubectl apply f manifest.yml, and you can see our deployment is configured. Now if I do kubectl get pods get pods. Okay. There is this node that is in pending state. Okay. It's only 16 minutes, 16 seconds, sorry. Let us try to see what is in this. What is the, let us try to describe this pod and see what's there. Kubectl describe pod and the pod name. So now we have only one warning from two warnings, right? So it says failed scheduling, 02 nodes are available, insufficient memory, and until one node has untolerated taint. So this node is, I believe the node that was not schedulable. So now pod is schedulable, but there is insufficient memory. So what we will do is we will again see what is in the manifest file around memory. All right. So if you go into resources, there is this memory that is 2000 MB. Oh my god, it's not MB, it's MIB. So what we can do is let us try to reduce memory. Okay. So I guess we can do it 200 MB, and we can also reduce the request 200 MB, and CPU is correct. So let us try to save this and see if we can make our pod working. kubectl apply f manifest.yml. We have our deployment configured again because we have changed something. Now let us do kubectl get pod. Okay, so now our pod is running. Cool. So we have solved this problem. Now I don't think this is the best way, or I don't think this was the best way to solve this problem, because we removed some thing from manifest file, and I don't think it will work or not. So let us try to verify. Right. So I will do this thing. Readme, what is the command to check our solution? Check our solution. Okay, to call this IP. Let us try to curl this. Let us try to curl this, and it is giving us the default Nginx page. Okay, so we have successfully solved this problem. So okay, so let us try to change our screen again and go to the main window and check if we have successfully cleared the stage or not. So I will click on check my solution, and we have successfully solved this problem. Cool. So now I will go to my notes section. I will write all the commands that we have used, and then we will discuss around the what commands we have used. Okay, I have written all the commands that we have used in the video, and I have also written the second solution that might be the optimal solution for this problem. Let me start going through the commands one by one. So this command is pretty much simple. So this command is kubectl get pods po, or you can type pods also, and then the pod name. I don't think we used this command. We used kubectl get pods first. So this command lists all the pods that we have on our namespace, right? The selected namespace. Then if you get logs, kubectl logs, okay. So this command give the logs for any particular pod name. You can replace this pod name by the running pod on the system. Now next command that we used was kubectl describe pod, then the pod name. So using this command we describe the pod, so it give us all the manifest of that particular pod, which means all the like a description about that pod and all the events that are happening when the pod is launching. So here we got the particular issue where it says, okay, some tolerations are missing or whatever. So kubectl describe is a pretty common command, and also kubectl logs is also a pretty common command. So if you are going to work with Kubernetes, these are some commands that you will be going to use. Keep them handy, right? So now there is this command kubectl get nodes. This is again similar to this one, which lists all the nodes in that particular space. After that, we use kubectl ctl describe node and node name. So this is similar to kubectl describe pod, where we describe the details about a node name. Now let us talk about the solution we have used. So we have seen this particular solution in our video. We remove this node selector from the manifest file, and we reduce the memory limit from 2000 MB to 200. So this particular thing solved our node selector and scheduling issue, and this solved our memory issue. Now there was this particular solution that could be used for this problem, that is kubectl label node1. So this particular command is used to label any particular resource. We can also use this for kubectl label pods. So we just pass this kubectl label node, and this is the node name that we need to pass a label for, and this equal to ssd. Now this particular node has a label that says disk equal to ssd, and from here our pod had a label, had a node selector which said, okay, if any node in my particular space have a label that says this equal to ssd, you can schedule the pod there. So earlier this particular thing was not there, so there was no node having this particular node selector label. That's why it was saying no node found for scheduling. So if we use this particular command, it will attach a label to our node, and this particular pod will be able to schedule on this particular node. But then again we will get to this particular issue, that is memory limit reach. So we can reduce this memory size from 2000 MB to 200. So this was a pretty common or basic Kubernetes problem, but it was fun to solve because I'm using Kubernetes after a long time, so it was fun. In the next video, I think we will see this particular problem, because these two are pro versions, and we don't have money to unlock the pro versions, right? So this is something around CSV file. So we will see this problem in the next video. So this is for this video. If you have any suggestions, or if you need help understanding some of the commands or understanding any other problems from site servers, please let me know in the comment sections, and I will be seeing you in the next video. Till then, bye bye.